Hi. Let's do a response. Let's read the email first. This is the continuing along the thread of email that I've been receiving from this person. There are actually two of them here. Let's read. Fill in the blanks as we go along. The subject is Will Things Compromise? Hi, Kurt. Hello, Kurt. The email I sent about my dilemma was a while back, so I guess I responded. It took me a while to respond, so things happened between those times. See if we can get it disjointed way. It's a while back, and it's in the past now. I kind of blew it with a girl at lunch. Yeah, I remember this one. You may recall, this is the young man that liked a girl, didn't have the courage to talk to her, lost her to another guy, and has found not just one, but two more young... What lives in this hole? Isn't that interesting? And has found two more young ladies that his interests are in, and I had sent email with some ideas about it, but also, for me, and more importantly, a suggestion to not move too fast. He's very young, and he's got a life ahead of him. Don't rush too quick into marriage and family and stuff. Maybe take things slowly and enjoy the stages of your life. I think the title of that response was something like taking life in stages or something like that. Anyway, I kind of blew it with a girl at lunch, but I'm not too worried about it. I actually decided to take Victor's advice. That would be Victor, Give Me a Flake Man, who I recommended. Oh, Victor actually left a comment. That's what it was. Victor left a comment on the video. I can't remember what the comment was. Oh, here he says, about picking the one I felt I had a better chance with, and it has been going fairly well. So I guess Victor said, I'm sorry, I can't remember what Victor said, but it was something like, pick one, and you have a better chance with it, and go for that. Going very well, I guess. Homecoming is just around the corner. For those of you outside the States or North America, homecoming is a big event in, I don't know if in Canada, but certainly in the United States, high school, when it's a big football thing and there's a party and a dance and all kinds of stuff, and there's a homecoming king and homecoming queen. My buddy Mully was homecoming king at his place. That's a big event. Homecoming is just around the corner, and she wanted to go, and, well, I'm sure you know that I'm a really big introvert, and honestly, I don't like parties or school dances at all, for that matter. Wanting to go to homecoming, that's pretty big. What is that? Is there a trail down that way? That looks kind of looks like a trail. Not really. So you're an introvert and you don't want to go. I remember that. I didn't want to go to parties when I was in high school either, and my parents forced me to go. I was glad they did. And I had some good memories in hindsight, but it was hard at the time. It wasn't because I was shy. I just like you. I just didn't want to go. I didn't have any interest. I only asked her because I think she likes me and I want to make her happy. She seemed pretty happy that I asked her. The thing is, she's so different than I am. At least her social status is. I mean, of course, I want to try new things, but not like this. Will it compromise in the end? I do not. I do like her. It's just that she's different than me, and I feel like it won't work out as expected. I know I'm young, and I have a long time to go to actually settle with a woman, but I want to take and give back as much as I can so that I'll have a better understanding about relationships on a personal level. Do you think I did good by asking her, even though I honestly don't want to go to the dance? Sincerely, a friend. I'll get to that in a second. There's a P.S. here. P.S. Thank you for being a guidance to not only me but to the world. Oh, thanks. You may not see it just yet, but with what you are doing for the last 8 years has made a difference. You are a great man. Oh, thanks. I truly admire to have a persona such as you. Thank you. I hope you endeavor to take on life, and that'll taking on challenges and falling down and learning from them and moving forward is what develops a persona that is able to relate and help others. There's another email here. Let's read this real quick before we move on to an answer. Hi, Kurt. This is a second follow-up message. I saw the response video, and I understand a lot of what you're saying. That would be the video where I was saying take life in stages. In fact, it's always been on my mind to leave a decade to myself to get everything together before I settle. But I think it's an experience that everyone should have at a young age. If it doesn't always last, it's good to have a bit of an understanding of lots and bits and pieces at a young age. that way it can sit in your head. That way it can sit in your head, and you'll learn as you age. Thank you for making the video, not only for me, but for the world, or whoever sees it. It definitely deserves a spot in every young man's mind. Thanks. Very good advice from a very good thanks. Sincerely a friend. Okay, so well, you seem to have grasped the idea that I was trying to say in that video, which was to take life in stages. Give yourself the decade of your 20s to yourself, 30s for your career, development of family, and then move on from there. You know, and of course with the caveat that it may not all work out, and you may end up old and alone if you take that course. But it's a course that I would recommend to my own child, and I will recommend to my own child as I go along. It's a course that I kind of took, although I got my partner at age 24, but it's worked out really well. We basically spent the decade of our 20s together, and then we built our family and career in the 30s, and had ups and downs in that, and continue on. Now we're in almost going into our 5th decade now, and I'm going through our 2nd decade or 3rd decade together. So let's come back to the thing about the girl. Okay, now you've got this anxiety about going to the dance and stuff like that. I wish that I could give you the perspective that I have now, because I know that this thing seems like a really big deal for you. And I know you might not be comfortable if I say this, but it's true. It's not that big a deal. I know it's hard for you, but it's really just a dance. And really, no one there is going to be really noticing you except a few friends and a few people in passing. For the most part, everyone's going to be involved with their own little thing going on in their heads. I would recommend that you go and leave your apprehensions behind. Do your best to do that and enjoy yourself. Have some fun with this gal, and use this as an opportunity to expand your horizons and get to know her better, and have fun. My parents forced me to go to dances when I was young, and I hated it until I got into it, and then I started to really enjoy it, and then I finished school, and there was no more. But I have a lot of good memories for that, and it did indeed push me out, especially I said that they don't notice you, but they did with me, because I was kind of an introvert like you. And I remember the one dance I went to in I was either 7th or 8th grade, and a wee small little school, and the announcer said, today we have got on there, the DJ, said, before the wop 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 those days, this is back in the 70s, said, we got a special treat today. We're going to have Michelle Pfeiffer, not Michelle Pfeiffer. She was like Michelle Pfeiffer because she was the queen. There was Michelle. I won't give her name out because for privacy, but it was Michelle K. Let's call it Michelle K and Michelle S. 2 Michelles. Well, the Michelles are going to dance with one of them. I think it was Michelle K. Is going to dance with Kurt Bell. In front of the whole school. And sure enough, she came over and took me out on the floor and kind of forced me to dance. And I was, I was a gentleman, so I danced with her. I had fun. It was humiliating. It was difficult. I had fun. And after that, I was dancing. I danced with both the Michelles and others, and had a good time. And I never really got to like it so much, but I think that was instrumental. It was like a hammer blow against the icy edifice of my fear that caused some cracks to form that later helped break it down. So even if you don't like it so much, I recommend giving it a try. Just about anything in life, trying foods that you don't necessarily think you'll like, give them a try. Doing experiences, meeting, putting yourself in center stage and in a situation, being the first one to raise your hand in class for time to read a book report or something in front of the class. Raise your hand up first. Get yourself out there. Do that. This stuff will. Where does this go? There's a trail going down. I've never known that was there. Let's go find out, shall we? Gotta watch out for hornets, though. I've never been down here. It's a good thing. It's a recommended thing. At least if you admire or appreciate the path of life that I recommend, which is the path of wildness. I see a little road down there. Never knew it was there. Do you see it? Just what I'm doing right now. Taking a branch on a path that I didn't know was there. It's a little bit intimidating. There could be hornets here. It's certainly the path less followed. Hornets are dangerous this time of the year. I don't know what's down here. It's getting dark. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. And I could wind up. Dark. I have no light except my iPhone. Could be on a one-way course into night on a certain route. Wow, this is interesting. But certainly the one I would choose. And I would recommend, if you ask my opinion, which I guess you, the discourse you and I have had to date, I guess you might be interested. Oh, let's see. So I reached a little road. I'm gonna go explore. I'm gonna sign off for now, and I'm gonna recommend to you to consider the road less traveled, the road uncertain. Go to this dance, enjoy it. Don't worry about the coming night so much. Don't worry about the sounds in the forest. You think you're gonna be okay. And, take your life slow and easy. Give yourself those decades, and let life unfold and become the man you want to be.